has said. I'm being joined at this point by Bejon Mishra, who's a consumer rights activist, as well as Dr. Vandana Singh, who's an aviation expert. Thank you very much, both of you, for joining me. Dr. Vandana, let me start straight with you. So here's the question I want to ask you. What do you make out of it? I mean, look at the visuals that the Air India has put out. This is absolutely shocking. This is clothes, undergarments, all kinds of things that seem to have clogged the pipe. And they are claiming because of this, 8 of the 12 lavatories were unserviceable. And this is a flight which was supposed to be an 18-hour flight. This started off from Chicago, was supposed to land in Delhi, was rerouted. Here's the big question. Could this have happened? It's hard to believe that this would have happened mid-flight. It's hard to believe that cloths and undergarments and whatsoever would have been pumped into 8 lavatories for it to, clog it all. It's hard to believe. But you are the expert. You will have to explain this to us.
Thank you and good evening. And thank you for having me on your show. I have just come off a flight and just inside my residence. And I have to tell you, this is shocking and unbelievable. I totally agree with you. It is not possible that out of 12 toilets, 11 were non-functional, and the claim now coming back that they were clogged with plastic and clothes and this and that. No. To me, this is just an excuse. It is very, very clear that there was extreme distress on the flight. It is very, very clear as an expert in aviation to me that the duty manager, the duty engineer, the minimum equipment check, the minimum, checks that were to be done. Imagine if there are certain meals that are not on the flight, the log sheet carries that, and the crew and pilot is aware of that certain meals that are ordered are not available. For example, a Jane meal. Now, here we are talking about toilets. And believe you me, this is a long-haul flight, as you rightfully said, and it turned over Greenland. Passengers were in distress for 10 hours, and I cannot believe that 8 toilets were blocked by people themselves because they were the ones who were traveling.
Dr. Vandana, let me just break this down again. Why you are saying what you are saying, an expert, let's just go through Air India's statement all over again, because this is Air India that's put out an official statement. This is not even some source saying X, Y, and Z. This is the official statement of Air India. So let's just go through the Air India statement so our viewers also can hear and you can interpret this as well. About an hour and 45 minutes into the flight, the crew reported some of the lavatories in business and economy classes to be unserviceable. Over 1 hour and 45 minutes into the flight. That's the initial statement. Subsequently, 8 of the 12 lavatories in the aircraft became unserviceable, causing discomfort to all on the board. By this time, the aircraft was flying Atlantic, so on and so forth, and then we know how they decided to go forth. While not found on AI 126 of the 5th March 2025, our teams have previously also found objects such as blankets, innerwear, and diapers, among other waste that have been flushed down the toilets on our flights. We take this opportunity to urge passengers to use lavatories only for the purposes that they are meant for. Ms. Vandana, how do you look at this?
Very straightforward, because this I see as an absolute excuse. I don't think anybody would do it. And if there are diapers and blankets and plastics and so on there, then what is the maintenance staff meant for? What is the duty engineer doing? What is the logbook saying? Is there a quality assurance being done? Okay, one side is passenger discipline. I agree. But on the other side, when an aircraft is landing, let's say at O'Hare Airport at Chicago, you're having a long-haul flight on to New Delhi, and you do not check this? And let's say things are blocked, then why did the maintenance sign it off? Why did the duty manager and the duty engineer sign it off? Was the pilot, was the crew even aware of it? And if they were aware of it, then why wasn't the flight turned? Why did the flight even take off? I'd like to question that. And if it was 2 hours later, then why did it not turn
Dr.
back?
Vandana, we will come to one more aspect, and that is flyers' hygiene.